Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. This morning we're talking youth advocacy, and to do that, I welcome Nicholai Rampersad, the Public Relations Officer at TTYAN, and Sanjiv Chanai, the Executive Secretary at the same. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. I don't know if you'll pronounce it TTYAN?
Yes.
It's the Youth Advocacy Network, the Trinidad and Tobago Youth Advocacy Network. And Nicholai, let me start with what is the Trinidad and Tobago Youth Advocacy Network all about?
Great question. So TTYAN, we are a national youth-led non-profit organization. We aim to inspire, amplify, and include the voice of young persons in national conversation. We were formed in 2020, and we were formed with the mission of helping complete the SDGs of the UN.
Right.
So our main focus, in collaboration with Amplifying the Voices of Youth, is doing our part to help accomplish the SDGs.
And for those who don't know, SDGs are the Sustainable Development Goals, right?
That's right, yes.
So we're dealing with sustainability, we're dealing with amplifying the voice of the youth as well. How has it been going so far, Sanjiv?
Well, it's been going really good since our founding in 2020 by Chairwoman Karina Samaru. We have been working heavily on human rights issues in Trinidad and Tobago. It's a space where we say the youth are tomorrow, but it's actually today. And we are examples of the youth in Trinidad taking a stance and, working for the betterment of us here in sweet T&T.
How do you measure the performance so far since 2020 to now?
Yeah, so we've been doing quite a lot, and, we'll talk about that in a bit. But we have done quite a lot of outreach programs here in Trinidad and Tobago, and as well grown our network to over 100 members here.
All right, nice. So, let's get into some of the initiatives. I know you have the Mankind 5K coming up. Tell us about the Mankind 5K. What is the goal behind it?
Right. So, Mankind 5K derived from our recognition. As you know, we came out of June, which was Mental Health Awareness Month.
For men specifically?
Yes, for men. Men Mental Health Awareness Month. And we recognize that, yes, while we do have a month to recognize the issue, we wanted to go past that time period because we need to raise more awareness. So we have brought on board some prominent men's mental health figures. So we have Nicholai Rampersad, we have Gad Voisin, we have other persons who have joined our cause to bring awareness to men's mental health and the importance of it, to start a national conversation. So Mankind is a 5K that we're going to do. It's on the 12th of July at 6:30 at Nelson Mandela Park. We're asking everyone to wear green, of course. Medals for everyone, of course. I don't
know how I feel about that, but that's a different story altogether.
But we understand that in order to have this national conversation, we first need to raise awareness and give persons that knowledge about the issue and break that stigma.
Okay, so as outside of the actual running of the 5K or the walking of the 5K or the jogging of the 5K, whichever one you're comfortable doing, are there any other things that will be there to help us deal with this challenge of men's mental health?
Yeah, so we have partnered with Gad Voisin and, like I said, Nicholai Rampersad, and from that partnership, we want to form a program which will actively deal with men's mental health. Like I said, we focus a lot on the SDGs, and we are always looking to form strategic partnerships on how to bring awareness and possibly solve these issues. We are looking forward to the 5K, and we have lots of giveaways, but just in the interest of bringing awareness, we will have actual sessions on that morning by our guests.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they'll be having conversations with people to be able to bring more awareness to it. And I understand that the funds raised at Mankind 5K is going to be used to fund Amplify.
That's right.
Tell me about Amplify, Sanjiv.
So Amplify, it's our second year of Amplify. We're so happy to be hosting it. It's my second year as well being involved. Amplify is a 1-week youth advocacy boot camp in Tobago this year.
Okay.
Yes. So, we want to thank USC Campus in Tobago for having us in Scarborough. It's the 21st to the 25th of July.
Okay.
Yes, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Who can attend this
So
boot camp?
it is all children across secondary schools in Tobago.
Okay.
But if you are from Trinidad and are able to accommodate yourself,
you're going for vacation anyway.
Yeah. We'll be happy to have you. Ages 13 to 18.
What is the purpose of Amplify?
So, as I said before, we're raising awareness, we're amplifying youth voices.
Yeah.
Having this boot camp in Tobago, it allows us to strategically target the youth who want to have an active space in Trinidad and Tobago society and, you know, fight for what they believe is right. And this week, we have tailored facilitated sessions with them, interactive facilitation sessions over the course of the 5 days for, you know, them to be able to develop the skills which they have already. I mean, everyone has their hard and soft skills. This bootcamp is to allow them to amplify those skills and build on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Give me an example of some of the skills we're talking about amplifying.
Yeah, so I can base it off of our sessions, which we will be having. For example, strategic facilitated skills. For example, you know, looking at new ways in how we would target the issues in society and how we would advocate for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Additionally, you know, we have sessions on identifying planning issues and how we plan ahead to target these issues.
Okay, preparation is definitely key.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier about the work that you all are doing.
Yes.
Is it okay if we get into that now? Some of the work that you would have done that you're very proud of over the last 5 years.
Definitely one of our ongoing programs as well is the Period Poverty Drive run by our Human Rights and Gender-Based Violence Department, Ms. Ariana Beery and Cheyenne Wade. Currently, they are taking donations for sanitary napkins and stuff for the Period Poverty Drive, which is, you know, something which in Trinidad and Tobago we don't talk a lot about. And we're happy to be one of the organizations run by influential and powerful young men in society.
And women.
Yeah.
Say young men, careful.
Oh my God.
Nicholai, how does one become part of TTYAN?
It's very easy. You come onto our social media page, TTYAN Official on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. The link is in our bio, and you just sign up. There are several links. So there's a link to become a member, there's a link to register for the 5K, and a link to register for Amplify.
Right.
Just to add with Sanjiv, with our AMPLIFY program, we at TTYAN, we recognize that whilst, yes, we have many youth advocates, but what's the journey to become a youth advocate?
Right.
You kind of like have to figure it out on your own. AMPLIFY is really geared to bolster your skills in professionalism and etiquette, public speaking, recognizing issues, and being able to come up with realistic and sustainable solutions.
Okay.
Also being able to do digital campaigning, because as we go into the digital trend of things, we have to understand how to reach your audience, the young people. So that is the real goal, to be able to bring up a next generation of youth advocates after Sanjiv and I move on.
When you start to get really like So tell me something, Nicholai. What's the difference between raising protesters versus raising advocates?
So a protester, in my humble opinion, you raise a placard, go on the streets, and yes, you're loud and you're boisterous, and you bring awareness to a certain extent. But an advocate, you are dealing with the decision makers. You want to get on that level. Okay. You're not protesting the issue, but you're saying, okay, how can we solve the issue? Let's work together. I think it's also a matter of mindset. With a protester, your mind is made up already about a certain issue. As an advocate, you have to have an open-minded view to be able to compromise to a certain extent. We're not saying to change your views or your ideals. No, nothing like that. But we're saying as an advocate, we have to work together, look at a whole country approach, not just one-minded or a narrow view. And we be able to respect that whilst we may hold different views, because I hold a different view doesn't necessarily make me wrong and doesn't necessarily make you right. But we need to be able to collaborate together.
And find the compromising point.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's definitely a lesson that young people can learn, especially as you get older and you have to deal with other adults in the workplace. It's going to be like the group projects in school. They have to figure out a way to make it work together, and hopefully not all the work will fall on one person.
That's it, yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Quickly, if people want to get more information about both Mankind or Amplify, remind them of the social media handles.
Definitely. It's at TTYAN Official on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Link is in the bio, but we also have flyers pinned to our profiles, QR code to scan. It's very simple.
Make it as easy as possible. Nicholai, Sanjiv, thank you very much for joining us this morning. And all the best with both the 5K and Amplify in Tobago.
Thank you. We'll see you there.
Not in Tobago. I'll try to make the 5K. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with more on the Now Morning Show after this quick break. Stay tuned.